So what are some signs you're probably overpaying your internet and WAN bills? So this applies especially if you're spending over $100,000 a year annually. The big first sign is that if you don't have an inventory, breaking down all of your billing line items for every single service you have. So if you don't have the inventory, the second reason that's a big sign is because you can't do these big these three signs are, you get a negative on these signs. One is you want to have a documentation that every single billing line item is matched with the contract price, and if you don't have an inventory, you can't methodically do that. But if you do have an inventory, you can methodically match every single billing line item with the actual contract and the contract cost. The second big one is they're probably unused and underutilized services. But if you don't have an inventory, you're not able to methodically go through all the billing line items and figure out exactly which ones are underused or unutilized. So that's another big one. And then the third one is that without a inventory, it's really hard to find out exactly what the pricing is and compare it to market rates and see if you're overpaying, and also use that internal data across vendors to see what you're overpaying for. So for example, if you have an inventory, you can see, hey, we're paying for this 100 meg line a lot less in our Boston office than we are everywhere else. So let's try to figure out why that is. But then also you can bring in outside vendors who can let you know, not even vendors actually, outside experts is what I would recommend, third-party people who aren't vendors, and get information from them about what's the best pricing out there. But you can also get that pricing from vendors as well. It's just better, I think, to use independent experts rather than relying directly on vendor connections because they're going to try to do what's in their best interest. So those are some top signs. If you don't have an inventory and you aren't methodically making sure that all of your billing line items are charged according to the contract, and you're not methodically looking for unused, underutilized services, and also you're not methodically checking the market rates for all the things that you're buying in your $100,000 and up budget. So we've helped over 100 companies, including the makers of Zelle, Walmart, O'Neill Steel, Citigroup, and as well as small startup companies who had very large spends on services. Please reach out to me. I'm Anders Mickelson on LinkedIn, and I'm with Berlin Pacific.